Hello, everybody. It's week 6. You know, it's the day after week 5 that we played yesterday, and we're playing J-Star today. As you can see, they've been having a pretty good season so far, and they have a very funny gimmick on their team. We've played a lot of teams that have had gimmicks this season, and this team has a very clear one that you can see just from looking at it. But yeah, clearly the gimmick that they have chosen has not hindered their ability to play the game effectively and win. So, and their team has been tough to prep for. But before we get into that, this year's just, the standings have changed very slightly. Or maybe there's been a few games that have been played since I recorded the match review back on Monday. So like almost a week ago at this point. So you can see any changes that have happened. Comparative to that video. We're in a pretty good spot to make it into playoffs. I still think, I haven't done the math on the schedule for like the remaining games that haven't been played yet. But I feel like if we win today's set, I think we're good for playoffs. Because at worst I would be 5-2. But I think it depends on how these other teams play out. And that's getting ahead of myself because I could very easily end up going 4-3 and losing the next 2 sets. So either way, I'm happy with how I've been playing so far this season, and we'll try to lock ourselves into playoffs if we can. But I'm just gonna take it one game at a time, see what we can do, and go from there. But yeah, let's take a look at J-Star's team. Alrighty, here's the squad. I don't know if you can tell just by looking at these 11 mons here, but maybe you'll notice something when you look here. All of the mons are between 30 and 50 base speed. Every single one of them. And there's no access to Tailwind on this team, so there's no like Tailwind fast mode. There are some cheeky ways to go fast, like if you fully invest in EVs and then have like an Icy Winder or like Thunderwave, Prankster Thunderwave off of Impidimp. These are ways that you can, or like Shell Smash, Crustle, or even Weak Armor. There are different ways, but plenty of ways to proc Weak Armor on this team. Like Aqua Jet, Squirtle, Shadow Sneak, Doublade, and Sucker Punch Impidimp are all priority and would activate Crustle's Weak Armor by hitting it, which then would give it +2, effectively double speed. So, which is essentially like a Tailwind. So, there's a lot of like cheeky stuff, and a lot of depth, a lot of surprising depth that you don't notice if you just look at these speed tiers in the mons. You're just like, oh, this is a Trick Room team. Oh, cool. Like you just prevent Trick Room from going up and you win. Not necessarily. After like diving into the team and kind of looking at what options that J-Star has drafted, there's a lot of different modes available. There's also just like a lot of different synergies. Like Porygon's a great Trick Room setter, but like if Porygon doesn't have a great matchup, it's like, oh, Hatchrim's really good as a Trick Room setter with Magic Bounce. Can't taunt it. You can't do any sort of a status move into it because it'll just bounce it back. And then if you run like Eviolite, this thing is extremely tanky. And then next to like a redirector like Squirtle, then it's like, then all of a sudden you're like, not only can you not hit this, but like Squirtle's tanking these hits with Eviolite because it's tanky. Hatchrim doesn't even need Eviolite because it's like in this format it's acceptably bulky without it. And Squirtle is surprisingly bulky with it because it has pretty decent defenses. So like, you can redirect attacks away from your Trick Room setter, get it set up, and then like when Squirtle goes down from redirecting, in theory 2 attacks into it, then you bring in like Lurantis or Wishy-Washy or something, or even Crustle without like Shell Smash or something can go slow and Trick Room and then deal big damage. Doublade too. Doublade is like very tanky on the physical side, especially with Eviolite. It's like 150 defense or something. Yeah, 110 attacks. This thing like physically is a monster. Ice Cube has Ice Face, so Ice Cube, like you look at this, it's like, oh, Ice Cube has 50 base speed. If you physically hit it, it removes the Ice Face, and then it has 130 base speed, which is like the equivalent of like mons like Jolteon. So there's definitely ways to go fast on this team, that don't involve setting Trick Room to then go fast. You know what I mean? So and there's a lot of power. Like Laurent, we've seen contrary mons go crazy in this format just because of their steamrolling potential, and like Laurentis is one of those mons that I think is near the top of the kill leaderboard just because it just snowballs. Like you start getting the superpower drops become buffs, so you get plus attack plus defense every time you click it, and you can just keep clicking the button over and over again until you have, you know, plus whatever attack and defense. Or you could run Leaf Storm instead, which is +2 to special attack if you want to run it specially. So, and that stacks even faster because +2, +4, +6, you know. So and then any like stat dropping moves or like intimidates become buffs on the Laurentis. So like Contrary is an incredible ability. Porygon, we've seen him in past formats. I think other like low tier formats have also has done really well with like download. You can download if you get a special attack boost. It actually does like quite a bit of damage because it has what, 95 special attack or something. I'm Porygon blind. 85. I mean 85 is still pretty good. You get +1. That's dishing out some pretty tough damage. Ditto, if there's like a particular mon on the squad that's like, you know, buffed up, you can just bring Ditto in to copy it, and then oops, those are your stats now. So there's a lot to this team. It was very difficult to prep for. I mean, you look at the squad and you're just like, oh, there's like a lot of Eviolite competition. Half the team, you know, could use Eviolite. But like Impidimp probably prefers Sash. Porygon could use Eviolite. I think probably these three are the mons that probably want Eviolite the most. But like your hard hitters don't care about Eviolite. Ditto doesn't care about Eviolite unless it's copying an Eviolite mon. But even then, I feel like you're probably not gonna run Eviolite just in case. You have to copy a not fully evolved mon. So, and like Crustle is also really good. So like, I don't know, I feel like most weeks you're not bringing all of your Eviolite mons. You're kind of picking which ones fit the build the best and then leaving the rest at home. And like, I don't know, Impidimp is always a easy slot in with like Prankster and Fake Out and screens and stuff. So, and just general disruption. So yeah, this team was very difficult to prep for. My team's not that tanky, so again, I kind of want to like dish out damage really hard and just remove some of the key mons that are most threatening to my team. But I think based on the team that J-Star drafted, I think it's going to be difficult to get my game plan off, depending on what is brought to the actual game. But like, Fake Out is a nuisance. Hatchram specifically is a nuisance. I'm not even bothering to bring Taunt this week just because, I mean, I fully expect Hatchram to be the Trick Room setter into my team. And even if it's Porygon, it could be like Mental Herb or something. So I think my goal is to just try to delete it or work in Trick Room. I don't know. It's gonna be a tough one. J-Star's been cooking this season. They've been playing really well too. So I'm gonna have to also play well to stand a chance. So we'll see how it goes. Hoping to get a win and potentially solidify myself for playoffs. I think maybe. But if not, we'll have some fun and then we'll move on to the following week against we've got Tsukaba to round out the season. So that'll be a fun match. But yeah, I'll see you guys in the match shortly. See ya. Alrighty, we're in there. We've got the match going. Well, let's see what we can do. Make sure I'm recording all that. Yeah, we're good. All right. Yeah, these are some of the mons that I kind of was expecting. I was expecting Hatchram as the Trick Room setter, but instead it's just Porygon. So maybe I should have brought Taunt. That would have been nice. We have no Squirtle for redirection. We do have Impidimp and Doublade. We have no Crustle, which is interesting because I prepped a lot around like. I thought like weakness policy, weak armor Crustle would go kind of crazy. So I feel like it's probably like Impidimp Porygon is probably the lead here then. Do this mode instead. Probably have Paris Poliwrath in back is what I'm thinking. Doublade could be an issue if it is Eviolite. But we're just gonna have to figure it out on the fly. Or attempt to, I suppose. There's no guarantee that we do actually figure it out. Wishy-washy, what is this? And this thing is Terra Water too. And this thing did get a special attack boost. Porygon's Terra is what, Ghost? Because I feel like Wishy-washy could protect and then like Trick Room. I want to Sucker Punch my Unpheasant, Terra Ghost, set off my weakness policy, and Brave Bird into the Porygon and hope it's not Sash. Interesting switch, okay. It's not Sash, okay. I have Fling Mr. Mime with Lancet Berry. I think it was Steve that ran Lancet Berry already this season with Fling for a Focus Energy. Boost. So I'm not guaranteed to crit on my Brave Bird, which would be nice. I think I still just want to double the Wishy-Washy. Volt Switch Brave Bird probably. Fake out. Yeah, I'm Covert Cloak, so I'll still get my move off. Thankfully. I will go into Poliwrath here. Brave Bird should take that out, yeah. Doing lots of recoil to myself. And Lurantis is Terra Water. We have not seen a Terra yet. I think what I want to do is I want to swap out into Paris. Or maybe I Detect first. Detect probably just Brave Bird, I think, into Lurantis. It could Protect, but I want to just delete it if I can. Oh, I forgot about that tech. Uh-oh. Doing a lot of uh-ohs lately. Scary Face. Oh, cool. I'll probably just bring it to force the Scary Face out anyway, and then to attack into one of these mons. So I think I want to bring in this, potentially, for like a superpower, or to quad resist the Leaf Storm, and then I think I just Volt Switch the Impidimp. We gotta Protect on that turn. Parting Shot. Oh, okay. So I get to keep my Clear Amulet reveal. I think I want to swap this in and probably I could Detect, or I could just delete the Impidimp. You know what? I'll Leech Life and Drain Punch the Impidimp. Yeah, Stat Drop blocked is nice. Superpower. Okay, so it may not have Leaf Storm. We get a Leech Life off, which is kind of cool. Terra Grass, so I can't actually Rage Powder this. Oh, it's leftovers, huh? Yeah, Superpower, because you know I can't Rage Powder. I can just keep Leech Lifing. Leech Life, I think I revealed, probably just revealed Darkest Lariat here, which ignores defense boosts. That deals a lot of damage. That does not deal a lot of damage. Protect for leftovers recovery, yep, makes sense. Still no Terra yet. But you don't really want to Terra Water with Electrode in the back. Did my Electrode outspeed? Oh, I didn't find out, huh? Leech Life and Darkest Lariat again are my best options. And I lose Poliwrath here. Oh, that's a lot of damage. Wait, you also have Leech Life? Oh, no! That's crazy. That's pretty sick tech. It is Protect, yeah. And you probably need to delete Poliwrath here, is what I'm guessing. Bulking up there wouldn't have helped me at all, because it still would have outsped and KO'd me. Superpower, yep. It's getting pretty tanky. I don't know if I can pull this off. Leech Life into I mean it's just gotta be Thunderbolt, right? Yeah, Protect. I don't think it's gonna be enough. This thing might have it. We'll have to see. Ooh, big critical hit. Oh, Leech Life, yeah, it's over. Yeah. Yeah, this thing's a monster. Yeah, this thing really, like, Lurantis really just solos teams. You know? It's like, it just goes crazy. And there's really not much, like, it's, I don't know. And the fact that it has leech life too. I didn't even think about that. I didn't realize it had access to that. Apparently I didn't prep well enough to notice that. Which is presenting a huge problem because it gives it that plus the leftovers makes it so that I pretty much have to either like 2-hit KO it or 1-hit KO it. Really is the best option there. Water and grass. I probably have to bring Mr. Mime. Like, I don't know if I can bring Poliwrath here. This for speed and Thunderball if this Terra waters. And then this to Burning Jealousy if it, and Sash obviously is really nice too. Yeah, I think it's just, I think I gotta bring those two in the back. Paris was cool, but no effects for you didn't deserve this slot. Do I think this is Covert Cloak is the question. Imp and Imp is also Ghost. So they're both Ghost. And this has access to Fake Out, Parting Shot, all that fun stuff. Do I expect like a Parting Shot? It's probably going to be Fake Out, right? Or I could hit the Hypnosis, Fake Out the Imp and Imp in case it's Sash. Let's do that. Flinch, do we hit Hypnosis? We do not. Trick Room gets set up. Oh, that's a bit of a stinky. Well, now we just detect and... Do we think this thing has... Did we see Taunt? You could taunt this slot. I think I just have to try to Trick Room... or reverse the Trick Room, I think is the goal here. And if you taunt this slot, then well done. Fake Tears? Ice Beam? Okay! And we reverse the Trick Room. Brave Bird, Porygon, Fling. This slot. Hopefully you don't... Well, Fling's an attack, so taunting actually wouldn't work. Oh, it does have Protect! Oh. Well, well, well. Imposter? Well, that's not great. Oh, if I attacked that slot, that would have been so sweet. Now you see my full moveset. I mean, you've seen everything but Night Slash, so. What is it? Ditto's Terra? Water? Oh, this is a great switch on his part, because if I don't attack the Unpheasant here, you get to set Trick Room for free. Or you get to KO my Unpheasant, which would suck. Oh, that makes this turn so hard. Oh, man. Okay, I do live. I get the Freeze Dry, it does decent damage. Insane Freeze? Oh, wow. It actually might be Scarf, too, which does matter. Because if it is Scarf, it could just, like, finish my Unpheasant next turn. I can't really do anything about it. Probably Detect, swap in Electrode, I think, is probably the play. Yeah, this protects. This thing is frozen. Because you want my Unpheasant to die, which it will if I click Brave Bird. So I feel like your move is probably to swap this out and sack... Probably to sack the Impidimp, huh? That's a tough spot, because you definitely want to save this thing. I think I have to read into J-Star saving this, switching in Impidimp, letting it go down, and then this thing comes back in after this dies. I could just Hypnosis this slot and Thunderbolt this slot. I think that's my only play. Because I don't want to switch Unpheasant out with the boost, but I also don't want to Brave Bird. But you get the double. That's okay. Yeah, because I don't want to die. Impidimp can't Fake Out. You protected what, twice in a row? Protect. Yeah, so now I Brave Bird this slot. And then I Thunderbolt this slot. Yeah, you go first though, because of the scary face. That's pretty sweet. I think my answer is to pin here. I want to Burning Jealousy and Thunderbolt here. Yeah, because if it superpowers, which it probably wants to now that my Terra's gone, it'll get burned from the Burning Jealousy, because it'll get the boost. And we know it's faster than Unpheasant. Pyro could technically be faster, depending on how Lurantis is EV'd, but I feel like you would EV to outspeed my team minus Electrode. Yeah, I wonder if you... Oh, that's actually horrible! Oh, I do outspeed, though. My Focus Sash. Alrighty, well, we're going to a game 3. Alright, what's the adaptation here? J-Star knows win condition is definitely Lurantis. Because you can Scary Face with Impidimp. So, like, my goal, and obviously I don't want Trick Room up, but, like, Impidimp, Porygon feel pretty necessary in this scenario just because, like, you need your Trick Room setter or you need your Scary Face to have Lurantis go fast. But knowing Pyroar outspeeds even with Scary Face is really good to know. I kind of want to go back to this mode where I can ignore Fake Out. Problem is it like if Doublade's in the back with like Shadow Sneak, that's actually pretty bad. That's really bad. Especially if Trick Room gets up, so I pretty much have to delete the Porygon. And I do think I want to bring Pyroar back, because Pyroar and Electro are like good answers into Lurantis together. And then Freeze Dry is also really good to handle the Lurantis because it's super effective before and after Terras. So I think that's probably my game plan. Yeah, here we go again. Because I've Terra'd Unfezant both games so far, so I feel like you probably don't Fake Out. You probably want a Parting Shot instead. But I want to make this call to save Terra, just in case I need it on a different Mon. I probably don't, but I also don't... I don't want the Doublade to be able to switch in, like, in the Porygon slot. Or, like, Porygon sets Trick Room, IKO Impidimp, and then Doublade comes in and can just click a Ghost move into Unfezant and delete it. Because that would be really bad for me. Because Unfezant's, like, the majority of my damage in this team. Copying the Electrode. That's very funny. It's actually pretty bad, too. That's, like, really not good for me. Electrode's, like, really good into my team. That's actually horrible. Oh, don't like that. Now you have my whole Electro... I mean, actually, you knew my whole set. I think maybe minus Protect. But I think in this instance, I probably... Ooh, yeah, this is... Ooh, copying my Electrode. Ooh. Wow, I hate it. That's really smart. Unfortunately, like, you also can't hit my Electrode either. I kind of just want to swap out, honestly. Thunderball, yeah, it does good damage. Para returning the... And I get a crit, so, you know. Can't really... Actually, the Para is good for me because the Trick Room just went up, which is kind of crazy. I think I actually want to do this. Yeah, Fake Out. Try Attack, does a lot of damage. Now I get my own critical hit boost. Holy moly. Fake Out, Try Attack into Rhyme. Probably trying to delete Rhyme, which makes sense. I probably just try to get a Freeze Dry off. Try Attack? Yeah, you just hit into that slot. I do get a Freeze Dry off. I get a Burning Jealousy off, which deals good damage. Do I lose Pyroar here? Yeah, that's not great. I think I just go back into... Yeah, because you're trying to set up for a Lurantis endgame. And, like, Pyroar and Electrode together were, like, my answer. And then Mr. Rhyme was also, like, a backup answer with a Freeze Dry. But now that it's paralyzed, like, that's not great. Now chances are... So, like, what do you do here? Do you attack into Mr. Rhyme here? Probably. Because I definitely want Porygon gone. But if Porygon protects, I want to make sure I can remove the Electrode. So, like, I think my goal here is to get a Freeze Dry off into the Electrode if Porygon decides to protect or attack into Electrode. Electrode should survive. It'll deal a lot of damage, though. At +1. Lurantis? Oh, are you killing this? You are, okay. And then I get to remove the Porygon. Okay. Oh no, and you copy my bird. You copy my bird. Oh wait, Ditto comes in first. No, it copies my bird. No. What an end game. Holy moly. Obviously I double protect this turn. The question is, like, next turn, do I double into Lurantis on a protect, assuming that this thing attacks? I have to Terra Ghost my bird. It is Terra Water. I'm just going to double protect and have Trick Room end. Superpower. Brave Bird. Yeah, you're trying to remove my bird. Thunderbolt into this slot. I think I Terra Ghost, and I think I do just have to Brave Bird this slot. And we'll see if it's Scarf. Don't think it's Scarf. Brave Bird deals good damage. Superpower deals good damage. And it doesn't have a speed boost, so I think we have this. I mean, you definitely protect this turn for, yeah, for leftovers. I think Thunderbolt should get it. Protect, yeah, like your goal is to get a bunch of protects and get leftovers. Holy moly, what a set though. That set came down to the wire. That was probably the, I mean, just looking at like my sets. My set was with Void was unbelievably close too. Just in terms of like game 3 back and forth. But this one was also like, came down to the wire in each game. What a set, this was crazy. But yeah, GG's, J-Star, that was a fantastic set. Sorry about the RNG, I think, oh, a real voice crack there. I think, was it, yeah, Freeze, I think I got like a Para in this game. I definitely got some luck in game 2 for sure. And then I think there was a couple back and forths of stuff in this game. There's like a Paralysis and a crit. I think I got yeah, my Mr. Rhyme got, or Mr. Mime Galar got paralyzed, and then I think I crit your Porygon with like a Thunderbolt or something, so it did a lot of damage, which may have actually put it in range for one of my later moves. So, I don't know, there's a little bit of RNG in this set, back and forth, but ultimately I think we both position, like we were both trying to position our Mons for an end game that would allow for our win condition, which for J-Star, like Lurantis can just win games on its own. It can like 1v2, 1v3 games if you get it positioned correctly with stat buffs and speed control. That thing can just run over teams. So that was a really fun set. But yeah, thanks for chilling. GG's J-Star, and I'll see you guys next week. See ya.